Today's video is brought to you by Card Kingdom. Forest for our opponent, 3 cards in hand. Tameo, Collector of Tales. Well, we will cycle Wilt. And Blink Frilled Mystic. Counter Tameo. No Planeswalkers for you. Hello everyone, it's Seth, probably better known as Saffron Olive, and it's time for another edition of Budget Magic, and this week, we are doing my favorite thing in all of Magic, which is making our opponents not play Magic. We are playing a very different style of cycling deck, Escape Protocol Lock, which is halfway cycling, but mostly like a standard infinite counter spell prison style deck, which is ridiculously sweet. Plus, it's ridiculously cheap. $60 in paper. On Magic Arena, 14 main deck rares and mythics, with 6 of those being in the mana base. So, really cheap to put together and guaranteed to make opponents super, super annoyed when it comes together and does its thing. So, let's talk about this deck. Jump into the game, starting with our namesake card, Escape Protocol. So, Escape Protocol is just a 2-mana enchantment that whenever we cycle, we can pay 1 to blink an artifact or creature, which is essentially a way to reuse Enter the Battlefield triggers at instant speed. At least that's what our deck is doing with it. So to make Escape Protocol work, we need cyclers. We got a bunch. The upside of them is some of them are actually really good if we just cast them naturally. Like Wilt taking down Fires of Invention neutralizes a counter. But altogether, we have 14 spells that just cycle to give us ways to continually trigger our Escape Protocol and blink our creatures. So what are we blinking with Escape Protocol? In the early game, mostly card draw / ramp stuff like Wizardry, Flibblethip. These cards just keep us churning through our deck block well because we can block and then blink them to fizzle the attack, keeping us alive till we get our powerful late game going. But really, the hard lock we're trying to set up is Escape Protocol and Frilled Mystic. Frilled Mystic just counters something when it comes into play. So in the late game, once our opponent's low on cards, we can just counter something essentially every turn with the help of Escape Protocol. Once we have Frilled Mystic, we just blink it with Escape Protocol, counter whatever our opponent drew for the turn. Next turn, we can blink it again because we have so many cycling cards, do it again. If we're worried about running out of cycling cards, we can use Scholar of Ages, which is the hardest of hard lock. Once we have Scholar of Ages and Frilled Mystic, we can cycle something to blink Frilled Mystic to counter whatever our opponent plays, and then we can cycle something to blink Scholar of Ages, which will get back 2 cycling cards, because all of our cycling cards are instants and sorceries, so then we have 2 more cycling cards. So then the next turn we blink Frilled Mystic to counter whatever our opponent plays for the turn, then we cycle again to blink Scholar of Ages, get back our cycling cards. So this essentially locks our opponent mostly out of playing spells for the rest of the game, because we just have infinite uncounterable counter spells every single turn. Otherwise, at the top end of our curve, Dream Eater, Agent of Treachery give us removal. Mana base wise, we do have a bunch of rares here. Castle Vantress, Temple of Mystery to hold the mana together. Castle Vantress for scrying. Thornwood Falls, some basic lands. In the sideboard, Grafdigger's Cage for like Luca into Agent of Treachery shenanigans, and also Luris. A bunch of stuff for aggro, including some life gain and removal. For control, some counters and shifting Ceratops. And that is Escape Protocol Lock for Standard. And that's our Budget Magic for this week. So let's jump into some games, see if we can make some Standard fools miserable by not letting them play Magic. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you all enjoy it, and I'll be back in a bit with a wrap up. If you enjoyed today's deck, make sure to purchase it from our sponsor, Card Kingdom. For a limited time, you can get a Scoop Soldier sticker for free if you mention Scoop Soldier in your order notes during checkout. Alright, Budget Magic time. We are looking to Escape Protocol some fools in Standard. Land go, this hand's fine. We do need some more lands, but Castle Vantress helps. Neutralize. Alright, so we can play the defensive role for the time being until we play the land, go to combat, attack. So we can counter something here, and then we'll have to decide if we want to ramp next turn. So I'm for our opponent, and passes. Well, I think we're going to ramp, go to combat. With 2 Frilled Mystics in hand. Omen. Sure. I think getting more lands is more important than anything at the moment. We need some forests so we can cast these Frilled Mystics. So forest. Well, we're shields down. Hopefully our opponent doesn't go like blue source to fairy. Oh no. Blue source. Okay, just a white source, that's fine. Basilica Bellhaunt. We'll discard this Migrations Path for now. Opponent combat gets and hits us. Yeah, we will pass the turn. Opponent plays planes. Goes to combat. Hits us down to 15. Yeah, let's scry. Island Escape Protocol. We do want both of these. Let's go Escape Protocol first. Play Escape Protocol. Pass the turn. Opponent mortifies. We can counter it, but then our opponent gets to Yarion and make tokens. Yeah, alright. Sure. Not ideal. Land for our opponent. Combat. Gets in, hits us. Down to 11. Well, let's cycle Wilt. Untap. Play a land. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Pass the turn. We're probably going to have to run out of Frilled Mystic. Omen. Okay. Well, this is a good excuse. 1, 2, 3, 4. Frilled Mystic. Counter. And opponent kills Frilled Mystic. Sure. Land for our opponent. I mean, opponent is getting low on cards. They're down to 2. Can we find a way to stabilize the board? Cycle Will. Flibblethip, alright. Well, Castle Vantress, play Flibblethip, draw a card. Play... actually, let's just pass. Pass the turn. Opponent. Combat. Attacks. Yeah, we'll take it to 3. Birth. Okay. Opponent gets planes, plays a planes. Well, we will run out of Frilled Mystic. Untap. Play a land, play Escape Protocol. Pass the turn. This is going to be super close. But untaps. Makes a wall. Banishing Light. So we will cycle. Blink Frilled Mystic. Counter Banishing Light. Ugh, another Flibblethip. Opponent gets in. We will block with Flibblethip. Tap land. Alright, they did not run out Yarion, which is good. 4, 5, 6, 7. So I think we have to play the island. Scholar of Ages. Get back. Neutralize. And wilt. Pass the turn. We have to stop the Yarion. We can't let Yarion resolve. Opponent untaps. Gonna gain some life. Charming Prince. Okay. Going to blink the Bellhaunt. That's fine. We're super close to being stable. Alright, so opponent gets back the Bellhaunt. We will cycle Wilt. Blink Scholar of Ages. Get back Wilt. Wilt. Discard the Forest. So we will play Flibblethip. And we might have our opponent locked here. We might have stabilized and got this game locked down. Thornwood Falls. Up to 4. Pass the turn. Opponent adapts. Burglar Rat. Well, we will cycle Wilt. Blink Frilled Mystic. Counter it. And opponent locked it up. That's the point that we're trying to get to. I mean, that was pretty good. Whoa! Scoops the match! Opponent wants no P. Well, that's a good sign. That is a really good sign. When your opponent scoops the entire match because your lock is so miserable and you're doing it in standard, that's a pretty good sign. That's a good sign. Infinite counters. Seems good. Sweet. Budget magic time. We are playing some Escape Protocol in standard. Yeah, we'll keep the land. And, I mean, this hand's fine. We'll see if our opponent's playing mono red. Oh, Gruel. Okay. Robber of the... Oh, there goes our land. Boo. We wanted that. Well, we get another land. Play the island, and I guess we gotta pass for now. Not the fastest of starts. Bonnet. Mountain. Combat. Gets in, hits us. Steals a boon, which, well, they're a ways away from casting that. Down to 16. Hopefully our opponent does not have a... Okay, Bone Crusher. Well, Cycle Wilt. There's Flibblethip. Tiny bit late to the party. Well, play a land, play a Risen Reef. Get a land. Scry. Forest Bottom. Ooh, are we going to be fast enough? Probably not. Legion of Harboss 2! Holy mother. Opponent steals a land off the top of our deck. 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, boy. All right. Yeah. Yeah, this feels like a really difficult matchup, especially with us being on the draw here. We'll play Flibblethip, but I think we've just gotten Grueled. Yeah, there's no coming back from this. We're too far behind. Yeah, so fast start for our opponent. This definitely feels like one of the matchups where our deck might have a bit of a hard time. Although Ether Gust is very good after sideboarding. We can go down Scholar of Ages. We can go down a Agent of Treachery and maybe a Migrations Path. Dispute, no. The other card we could bring in would be Healer of the Glade, but our opponent's creatures are big enough we can't really block it. Shifting Ceratops can block. That actually might be worth it too. And let's try it like that. Now we know what we're up against. We're on the play for game number 2, which is good. And we have Ether Gust now, which is also good. And we know we have to keep a hand that can do something early in the game. Does this do something early in the game? So Scryland, Escape Protocol. Yeah, I think we can keep this. If we hit a blue source, we can neutralize. Oh, Flibble. All right, we'll keep Flibblethip. That is something we can do early in the game. And we do have Escape Protocol, so if we get things going, we can start cycling to blink Flibblethip and keep drawing cards. All right, Ether Gust is helpful. We definitely want more lands, though. Opponent, Robber of the Rich, gets in. Please don't take a land. No blocks. No, land and Risen Reef. Give us a land! Give us a land. All right, we'll take it. Sweet, okay. That's good. No attacks. All right, we're getting there. We're getting to where we want to be. Opponent, Mountain. What big scary thing do you have? Domri's Ambush to take down Risen Reef. Yup. Opponent gets in. No blocks. Well, play the land. Play Escape Protocol. Pass the turn. We can Ether Ghost if we need to. Or we could just block and cycle and blink Flibblethip to draw a card. That also seems good. Legion War Boss. Yeah, I guess we better gust that. Tap land, opponent gets in, hits us. Yeah, down to 12. Ooh, Frilled Mystic is not bad. No attacks. So now we can Frilled Mystic, and that's a blocker for Robber of the Rich. Another Robber of the Rich. Opponent steals our Risen Reef and a Wilt. Oh, yeah, I think we got to do this. Kill Robber, go to 10. Okay, there's a land. That's not bad. Pass the turn. Go to combat. Dream Eater. We don't want our opponent to get our Risen Reef. All right, opponent kills it, but we still get to bounce Robber. Let's see. So Thornwood Falls bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's go land, Agent of Treachery, Boon. Thornwood Falls Graveyard. Yeah, that's fine. So yes, bounce Robber of the Rich. Opponent replays Robber of the Rich. Play the land. Pass the turn. We can cycle to draw this Agent of Treachery. Opponent plays a land. Goes to combat. Attacks. Okay. We don't need to draw it, so we'll take 2. Do we have to counter our own Risen Reef? Not a fan of that. Opponent hits us down to 8. Risen Reef. Okay. So I think we let it go and then just Agent of Treachery it is our plan. Well, that we will have to counter. 1, 2, 3. Neutralize the Wilt. Cycle Wilt. Blink Agent of Treachery, draw a card. Or blink. Blink Flibblethip, draw Agent of Treachery. Untap. Agent of Treachery. Steal Risen Reef. No attacks. All right, opponent. Well, you need something pretty... You need to kill us. Because once we start blinking Agent of Treachery, this gets out of control for our opponent really quickly. Another ambush. All right. Oh! No. That is very bad. Oh, we drew an Ether Gust. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, let's just boon. Draw 4. We gotta hit an untap land, right? Okay, we do. Castle Vantress. Pass the turn. So we can Ether Gust Robber of the Rich. And maybe we can get the Frilled Mystic lock set up. Opponent. Embercleave, but no creature. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so play Thornwood Falls. So I think we got it. I think we just have the lock set up now. There's Robber. We will Frilled Mystic. Unless our opponent has something that's uncounterable. Flame Sweep. So we will cycle. Blink. Hit Flame Sweep. I think we have to scry in our upkeep for a cycling card. So counter both. We draw land. Upkeep. Scry for anything with cycling. Alright, keep Risen Reef. That doesn't have cycling, but it is good. Main phase, Risen Reef. Okay, land. No attacks. Escape Protocol. Can we fade a turn? Opponent untaps. Okay, Paradise Druid. Okay, we can deal with Paradise Druid. That's fine. That is fine. Dream Eater can take care of that. Opponent pass. Ooh, and an Ether Gust. We'll play the land, pass the turn. And I think we've got there, finally. Opponent. What you got? This Dream Eater should find cycling stuff. Which should. I mean, we're so close to logging this up. It's weird because our opponent's at 20 life, so it feels weird to be like, oh yeah, we're about to lock this up, but we're pretty close to just putting our opponent in the lock where they can't do anything. As soon as we find some card draw, opponent. So I think if our opponent attacks, we just Dream Eater, bounce Embercleave, but then they recast it. We do want to get this Dream Eater down to Surveil, though. Opponent, combat. Dream Eater. Protocol, graveyard. Keep the 2 cycling cards. Bounce the Embercleave. Opponent recast the Embercleave. We will Ether Gust the Embercleave. Block Paradise Druid. Opponent passes. Okay. Now we can win the game. Get in, hit ya. Down to 12. Scorching Dragonfire. Sure. I don't think we even care about that. We don't need this Dream Eater. Opponent. Passing. Well, we will Castle Ventress Scry. Land to the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright. Untap. Draw the neutralize. Go to combat. Beat you down. Pass the turn. And opponent, they feel the lock setting in. Scoops it up. Well, we can beat it. It is possible. It is possible for us to take at least a game in that matchup. Do we want to do anything else? Yeah, keep it the same. I mean, that's the plan. Stabilize. Hopefully set up the Frilled Mystic lock. Gonna be tougher with us being on the draw this game, but it can work. As we saw in that game. Opponent getting more information about our deck. Last game, they didn't see much of our deck. So that is probably changing their sideboarding plans now that they kind of know what we're doing. This hand, way too slow. We will mulligan. All right, this is better. We will keep. We will put the Thornwood Falls to the bottom. We should be able to hit a land. For as our opponent, Pelt Collector. Now Temple Scry. Age of Treachery to the bottom. If our opponent curves out from 1, that's scary. Hits us. Mountain. Passes. Well, Island go. Opponent Depths. Forest. Well, if our opponent only has Pelt Collector as a threat, that's good news for us. Opponent passes. Now Temple of Mystery. Well, now we want action. Anything that draws us cards, Escape Protocol, pass the turn. Opponent Depths. Mountain Questing Beast. Well, we will definitely Ether Gust that. Opponent gets and hits us. Oh, there's Escape Protocol. We'll play the island. If our opponent taps out for this Questing Beast again and we can Frilled Mystic it, then we can Escape Protocol and counter something else with Wilt. Opponent passes. Island, Escape Protocol. All right. This is kind of where we want to be, opponent. Okay. Ooh, alright, that's bad. Yeah, alright, so opponent got out from under it. Now we need creatures. We need creatures. Well, Cycle Wilt. Well, Boon. Well, Boon drawing 4. We're still at 15. Flibblethip. Now, play the land. Let's just draw 4. Pass the turn. Please don't cleave us. Opponent gets in, hits us. Alright, yeah, that's bad. Ugh. That is the worst. Oh, now we draw Neutralize. Okay, so we will Flibblethip, draw a card. Land, Risen Reef, draw a card. We gotta hit an answer to this Pelt Collector with Embercleave. Those are not answers. Well, Escape Protocol. Yeah. Ooh, yeah. Opponent by Avas. Oh, that was close. That was super close for being a bad matchup. Opponent Flame sweeps away our board. Hits us down to 3. Plays a Paradise Druid. Yeah, I mean, Boon. Too late. We found the Wilt, but we found it too late, and now we're dead. Wow. Well, for being a really challenging matchup, we made that really close. We made it really close. Ooh, too late with the Wilts. All right. Budget Magic time. We are playing Escape Protocol, and alright, sure, we got card draw. Not much defense, but hopefully we find it in a timely fashion. Oh, double Risen Reef. Oh, yeah, we actually, yeah, we're gonna keep that. It's a little risky because we need to hit lands, and if we whiff on a land off this Flibblethip, it's gonna be sad, but land and Flibblethip, draw a card. But Escape Protocol with our card draw stuff offers a lot of value. And we do get 2 shots at an untapped land. Ew, okay, Frilled Mystic. That's not an untapped land. Opponent has an untapped land. And Teferi time Ravala. Gonna bounce Flibs. It just ticks up. Alright, well, play a land, play Risen Reef. Get a trigger, get a land, hit Teferi.
Hey, that was uncalled for.
Fabled Passage, opponent cracks it. It would be nice to be able to counter this Yarion, but I don't know if we're going to get the chance. Ticks up to Fairy. Well, go to combat. I'm assuming our opponent has instant speed Wrath here, but attack to Fairy. Alright, Risen Reef. Alright, just a counter. Well, we will cycle Boon. We would really like to hit our land. More Flibs. Alright. Well, at least Yarion's not doing too much damage at the moment. Euro. This Teferi's definitely an annoyance at the moment, though. Opponent. Gonna tick up.
Trust me, I have a plan.
Cracks. Island. Dream Eater. Well, go to combat. Attack Teferi.
No more
Flibblethip number 2 because we need to hit our lands. Alright, there's a land. Play the land. Yeah, let's Escape Protocol. Can't use it this turn, but we're getting close to being able to use it. Opponent's a card away from getting back Uro.
Here we go.
I would like to test a new
Alright, there's Tamio.
I know, I noted this.
Wow, hits 2 Shatter the Skies. That's interesting. Well, we will go to combat. Hit Teferi. Down to 1.
Enough.
Thornwood Falls. Yeah, this Teferi is obnoxious. Opponent. Temple of Mystery. Let's see if they just Wrath. I guess they can do it at instant speed.
Oh, I've done the hero thing.
Hitting 2...
No tech should
Hitting 2 Raz is a little annoying. Well, we will cycle Wilt. Blink Risen Reef. Cycle Boon. Alright, so opponent cashes in their Wrath. We will decline. Ooh, give us that tap land. Yeah! Alright, play the land. Agent of Treachery. Steal... What do we want to steal? So opponent's going to have to Wrath. What's in their graveyard? Let's take Teferi. Take it up. Pass the turn. Castle of Andrus. Opponent also has Agent of Treachery. Ticks up.
I've got time.
I don't know if our opponent thought this through, though.
Find my notes help.
Mills some cards. Well, we will cycle Wilt. Pay 1. Blink Agent of Treachery. Steal Teferi. Temple of Mystery. Dream Eater to the bottom for now. Take up Teferi.
Don't worry, I got this.
Pass the turn. Oh, opponent is in a very sketchy spot. We can just make agents more efficiently than our opponent can. Opponent's going to Shatter the Sky. So I think we let this go and we just cycle Migration's Path. And opponent scoops it up. Whoo! Escape Protocol! Try to Yari at us, will ya? Toe-to-toe with one of the most powerful decks in Standard, and got the job done. Got the job done. I think I mentioned this before. I tried really hard to make this deck without Agent of Treachery. I think it's a necessary evil. It is. But the deck is so sweet that I think it's worth it. So opponent's playing Bant Control. Uros, tons of Planeswalkers. So let's Mystical Dispute and negate. Go down. Migration's Path, a Wilt, a Flibblethip, and... what's our last cut? Maybe one more Flibblethip. Maybe we go one Flibblethip, one Thassa's Oracle. Run it like that. Flibblethip and Thassa's Oracle, they're really good in the deck, but they're especially important against more aggressive decks where we need an early game blocker. Against this deck, I feel like we're probably better off with more counters. Man, we get a Flibblethip anyway. Alright, this is fine. We'll keep Temple of Plenty for our boot it. There's Escape Protocol. Agent definitely going bottom for the moment. That's more of a late game plan. Hallowed Fountain. Well, play a land, play Flibblethip. Draw a card. Castle of Andrus. Opponent, passing. We'll play the Forest, go to combat, attack. Hit our opponent. Risen Reef. Alright, there's counter number 1. We do need to hit lands. We have this Frilled Mystic, which would be really good, but we need another blue source to cast it. Opponent goes to the top. Passes. Well, there's a blue source. So play the land, go to combat, attack. Okay. Shark Typhoon to kill Flibblethip. That's fine. We're just going to leave up our mana, and then if we don't need to Frilled Mystic, we can start cycling. Well, we do need to Frilled Mystic. The problem for... oh, man, one more land. Yes, okay. We'll play a land, we'll play Escape Protocol. And now our opponent's in really, really bad shape. Now we just have counters every turn. They don't even care about Teferi. So opponent's going to have to do something pretty good to get out of this. Grow Spiral, that is acceptable. Not going to waste our counter on that. We only get one this turn. Puts a land into play. Cracks it. Are we just taking down this deck with Escape Protocol? Maybe this deck's good. Eyelid. Land for our opponent. And passes. 1, 2, 1. Yeah, I mean, untap. I think we just do this until our opponent loses. Like, I don't know how our opponent beats this. Omen of the Sea, also acceptable. So this turn we have 2 counters from cycling. It's going to be really hard for our opponent to get out of this. 1 to the top, 1 to the bottom. Opponent drops to 13. So we might actually just be beating down with this Frilled Mystic until our opponent dies. That might be our game plan. Forest for our opponent. 3 cards in hand. Tamiyo, Collector of Tales. Well, we will cycle Wilt. And blink Frilled Mystic. Counter Tamiyo. No Planeswalkers for you. Draw a card. We're fine with just drawing more cycling, honestly. Yeah, it's more cycling. Shatter this guy. Well, we will cycle. Pay 1. And opponent! Done, done, done! Pile of mythics cannot keep up with 2 uncommons and a bunch of janky cycling cards. The lock is actually pretty effective against these decks that are like, there's so many decks in Standard that are just trying to do a big thing. They're like ramping and trying to play like Age of Treacheries and Planeswalkers, and being able to just have a free, uncounterable, essentially counter every turn is absurd against those decks. It's so good. Yeah, that was that was super impressive. Whew, sweet, sweet. All right. Budget magic time. We are Escape Proto Mulliganing in Standard. Alright, well, I mean, this will keep. We need lands. If we hit lands, this hand could do things. Perhaps. Maybe. Alright. Interesting. This is a little frightening. Flying White Weenie? Okay. Sure. Elzid. Opponent. Combat. Well, cycle us into a land, Boone. Please. Ugh, more Risen Reefs. Land. Land. We need a land. We need a blue sword. Oh, no. Alright. Well. If they play into Johnny's Pride Mate, we're in all sorts of troubles. I guess we should have went to 5, perhaps? In hopes? In prayers? So we only need 1 land with Flibblethip, and we get a redraw, but still, maybe it's too greedy. Opponent, Healer Hawk, number 2, goes attacking. It's us down to 17. Well, there's a blue source. So play the island, play Flibblethip, number 1, draw a card. We're still a long way away from being stable, though. More lands, please. Alright. Well, we're making headway. Until our opponent finds a Johnny's Pride Mate. Then things get scary. These flyers. So we got to get all the way up to these tree meters to stop the flyers. Solid footing. As long as the checker is... Alright, so it's just +1/+1? Sure. Well, we'll take it this turn. Down to 13. Untap Risen Reef. Hopefully hit lands. Please land. Frilled Mystic. Alright. Well, pass the turn. No attacks. Opponent finds a land. And is this like a Boggles? Is this a Aura's deck? Yeah, unfortunately we're too far behind to leave up our counter magic. We just gotta run stuff out and hope to hit lands and get to this Dream Eater before we're dead. Okay. Opponent gets in, hits us. I have no idea what our opponent's deck is. I've never seen this before. That's not a land. Well, we will play Risen Reef. Get some triggers. Oh, there's a land. And not a land. Ugh. Well, we will... I think we just concede, actually. Yeah, let's just concede. We're too slow. I don't really want to show our opponent more of our deck. I'd rather have them not know how to sideboard. We're too far behind the curve there to have a shot. Sadly, we don't have a ton that's specifically good against what our opponent's doing. We can go down an Agent of Treachery. The Wilts could be good if we draw them, at least decent. The Flyers are a concern. Probably go up the Healer of the Glades. Maybe we go down, let's go down all the Agent of Treacheries. I can't imagine this being a great agent matchup, and try it like that. Bringing in Shifting Ceratops purely because it has reach and can block. Protection does not do anything, but, well, we'll see. I mean, we definitely were in a rough spot because we just couldn't play our spells that game. That was what started things spiraling out of control. Well, alright, we got lands. Maybe too many. But we get a Flibblethip for a redraw, and Dream Eater is something when we get to it. Opponent doing a bit of mulliganing. Mulliganing down to 7. Opponent. Well, alright. Thornwood Falls, go. Plains and opponent passes. Well, land and Flibblethip, draw a card. So I think what we want, all the healers. The healers are fine, but they get much better if we can find a Risen Reef. Elzid, sure. Opponent passes. Play the land, and I think we run out a healer and pass the turn. Not sure what we're going to do with this Migrations Path. Looks like it might be our opponent's turn to have the one land mulligan plan. We actually might just cast Migrations Path and ramp into Dream Eater. That might be fine. Opponent attacks. This is suspicious. So I think what we do is double block. They showed that flash +1/+1 enchantment, so I think double blocking is probably the smartest move. Or they have Karametra's Blessing. Okay. Well, that's one we hadn't seen, but I guess that's a bit of a blowout. Opponent passes. More lands. Yeah, play a forest, Migrations Path. Thin the deck, thin the deck. And then this means next turn we can Dream Eater and try to surveil into Risen Reefs and Escape Protocols. Oh, sweet mother of mercy. Hushbringer, eh? I'm honestly not sure it's possible for us to beat a Hushbringer. Actually, what we're going to have to do is Dream Eater just ambush mode. No one expects Dream Eater. Sentinel Eye. Yeah, opponent gets in, hits us. Down to 21. I don't play the land. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We will just pass the turn. Well, I mean, this is our... We got to get rid of the Hushbringer. That's number one. If we get rid of the Hushbringer, things become interesting. Opponent plays a land. Goes to combat. Attacks. Well, we will Dream Eater. Of course, our opponent can sack the Elcid, which is not great. Opponent. Yeah, I mean, block Hushbringer. Karametra's Blessing. Well, we will destroy Sentinel's Eye. But our opponent can Elcid, so yeah, this is still most likely game. Opponent. Alright. All the janky enchantments. Well, opponent might have the makings of I guess, an interesting semi-budget deck. And yes, we are going to scoop it up. Yeah. Well, Hushbringer. Not a card that's really sees play, but good against us there. Alright, budget magic time. We are escape. Whoa. I don't even think we hit okay, but I guess we did. We are escape protocoling, and we'll keep this. We got tap lands for years, but hopefully we hit an untap land. Well, we definitely do not want a Gem Treasury at the moment. We want lands, early game card draw creatures. Oh boy, oh boy. Alrighty then. On a scale of 1 to dead, we're 100. This has gotta be one of our hardest matchups, I think. Okay, more Fervent Champions. Opponent, combat. Gets in for 4. Yeah, sure, that's fine. We will cycle. Yeah, 2 Fervent Champions is usually just a free win in Standard, I think. 10 Street, Dodger. Well, Island, go. So we're taking 5, and then we can Frilled Mystic and take a million more. Well, I mean, we will counter that. Yeah, this. The odd thing is, if our opponent had nice, really, really, you got 14 1-drops and you nice a single 3-mana counter. Opponent, mono red players. Mono red players are a really strange breed. Okay, yeah, we're just dead. So, nice, quote unquote. Yeah. The odd thing about that is, if our opponent only had 1 Fervent Champion, I think that we might have been okay, but 2 Fervent Champions is really tough. That is just such a fast clock. 1 on turn 1, 4 on turn 2, and then you can't even really block it with Frilled Mystic. So that is tough in a whole bunch of ways. So we'll bring in the Healer of the Glades. We'll bring in the Ether Gus. We will go down a boon. I think we're going to go down the Scholar. It's just so slow. We can go down a Migration Path. And, tempted to even just go down 1 Escape Protocol in this matchup. Although the life gain lock... let's go down another Migrations Path. Actually, no, let's go down all the Migrations Paths and keep the boon. Because boon cycles for 1 mana. Wilt can hit I assume our opponent's playing Cavalcade based on what we saw, and then neutralize is fine. Yeah, let's try it like that. Lower the curve a little bit. See if we can keep up with mono red. Nice red. Do we keep this? That's a lot of lands. Pulse. Yeah, we got a mulligan. All right. This will keep. We will put Dream Eater to the bottom. Yeah, Dream Eater to the bottom. Well, Ether Gust is good. Risen Reef could be good. Thornwood Falls. Gain life. Go. I'm surprised our opponent didn't nice that Thornwood Falls. That's a whole attack from a Fervent Champion. Opponent combat gets in, hits us. How do we want to do this? These tap lands. Managing the tap lands is interesting. We can island to leave up Ether Gust. You know what? Let's just Healer the Glade. Thornwood Falls. Pass the turn. We're shields down for this turn. The worst they can do is probably Steamkin, I guess. When... Okay, Grim Initia, that's fine. Tinster... Okay, that's fine. We can deal with all this. Opponent passes. Play the island, and we will just pass. Leave up the counter. If we don't have to counter, we can cycle. Castle Umbreth. Cavalcade. Yeah, that is definitely counterable. Opponent, combat gets in, hits us. And we draw land. So let's wait one more turn. Leave up Wilt for Embercleave. Opponent might just be pumping. That's a little worse. Annex. Okay. Opponent's gonna dodge. So we can kill Annex, but then our opponent gets 2 1/1s, which they can pump with Embereth. We'll take one. Yeah, I think we're just gonna Ether Gust Annex. Make our opponent skip a draw. Untap. I'll play Risen Reef. Draw a card. Yeah. Alright. Castle of Adris, go. So, more Risen Reefs are good. Escape Protocol's good. Cavalcade. That's actually fine, because we are randomly wilting. There is, one of the reasons I like this deck is being able to play 4 main deck wilts is actually really insane against a lot of decks. Like, every deck, that deserves a nice. I will accept the nice on that one. Bonnet. Combat hits us. Down to 21. I'm gonna play Thassa's Oracle. Go digging. Neutralize land. Do we even want neutralize? I think we're gonna say no. Pass the turn. We want more elementals. We want another Risen Reef or Escape Protocol. Opponent. Annex time. There's Annex. And a Scorch Spida. Do we want to cycle Wilt? We might need it to kill Annex. Oh, yes. That is exactly what we were hoping for. All right, 2 Risen Reefs. Land, tapped, Scry, Flibblethip. Let's go bottom. Escape Protocol. Ooh, Dream Eater. Okay. Dream Eater is actually pretty nice here. We will pass the turn. Dream Eater can... About it. Full attack. Pings us. Well, we will block here. Block here. Opponent pumps. So we'll wilt the Annex. Go to 16. Untap. Forest. Pass the turn. Combat. Big attack. We will block Fervent Champion. Gonna Bone Crush the Oracle. Yeah, let's Dream Eater. Graveyard. Oh, opponent scoops it up. Whew, okay. Well, apparently we have some shot against mono red. It is possible for us to keep up with it. Apparently, somehow. Maybe we bring in Shifty just to have a big blocker. Those wilts were great. Like having wilt. Let's go down the boon. Yeah, I'll run it like that. I still think this is a really hard matchup, but it shows that it's not 100% unwinnable. Like with the right draws, we actually have a shot at taking down mono red. Apparently. All right, about it. Do your worst, mono red. We are on the draw, which probably makes this a smidge worse. Ooh, okay. This we will keep. Mountain and Fervent Champion. Opponent gets in, hits us. Well, Healer of the Glade. Ship the turn. Robber of the Rich. Opponent gets in, hits us. Steals. Ooh, Paul. We kind of wanted that a little bit. Land and Flibblethip. Draw a card. No attacks. And another Healer of the Glade's not the worst. Opponent plays a land. Goes attacking. Well, we will double block. Alright, Robber of the Rich down. There's Annex. I'll play Healer of the Glade. Neutralize to the bottom. We really want... I think we really want an untap land. We still got to deal with this Annex. We might just cycle this boon to try to hit one. Opponent combat. Attacks. Yeah, we'll just chump with Flibblethip. Scorch Spitter, okay. Well, cycle boon. Yeah, that's untap land. Play the land. Pass the turn. We will counter basically anything, including Bone Crusher. Uh-huh. Opponent. I mean, we will block your Annex. We block. Opponent gets 1/1s. We lose Frilled Mystic. Another Frilled Mystic. Well, in that case, we will play a land. I think we keep the island. So this turn we can Frilled Mystic. Next turn we can just double Risen Reef and go from there. Opponent plays land. I mean, we're at 23. And we're going to start drawing cards. Oh my god, Torbrand. Oh, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Mystic. Oh, scoops it up. Scoops it up in frustration. Taking out Mono Red. That should be one of our hardest matchups, but our sideboard plan worked really well. Those Healer of the Glades coming through. And, yeah, maybe this deck is sweet. Maybe this deck is actually, like, legitimately sweet. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Also, super high number of Rage Scoops. People apparently don't like Frilled Mystic, and they like it even less with Escape Protocol. Making Platinum players miserable. The way nature intended. Sweet. Sweet, sweet. So what do we learn this week about Escape Protocol Lock in Standard? And overall, boy, we went 2-3, which is a fine record for a very budget-friendly deck. I think the deck is really effective in some matchups, but then also can struggle in other matchups. So we saw, like, the good and the bad of the deck. And I feel like against, like, the random Yarion piles, decks that are going big with Agent of Treachery, our plan is really effective. Those decks are looking to play, like, one big thing each turn, and being able to just cycle and counter that thing with Frilled Mystic is a really effective way to win those games. So I really like the deck in those matchups. On the other hand, we saw these like evasive aggro decks, like Embercleave style decks. We played that White Weenie Luris enchantment deck. Those decks really punish our deck because we don't really have removal. Like, we have some sneaky removal. We can get things with counters. If we get up to like 6 or 7 mana, we can Dream Eater, Agent of Treachery, but we don't have ways to just kill a creature in the early game. So I feel like we have some really hilariously good matchups where our lock plan works incredibly well, but then we have some other matchups where it's much more of a struggle and things can go wrong in a hurry because our main plan for surviving against creature decks is our like Escape Protocol blocking play. We like Risen Reef, draw some cards, chump with Risen Reef, cycle to keep it alive, do it again, draw more cards, and that's really good against some decks. But if people could have like Trample or Flying, then things can go wrong in a hurry against aggro decks. So I think the next step for the deck, and I don't think it'll work in budget, but I'm very interested in keeping essentially the same shell, but maybe splashing into white, splashing into black, where you can have some removal creatures. Something like a Tolsimer would be pretty insane. I guess you could even play Wicked Wolf, although we don't have food, so I'm not sure if that's enough. But other ways to like interact with creatures, going into white, you get Deputy of Detention, which you can exile stuff and then reset. So I think splashing into a color where we actually have hard removal would be really effective for the deck. Even just going to black and playing like Heartless Act would go a long way towards solving a lot of the deck's problems. So I feel like that's the next step for the deck. But for being super ultra budgety, $60, like 14 rares, whatever, I feel like this deck is good enough and it does some really hilarious things. Just the lock is really frustrating. We had a lot of opponents just scoop really early in frustration because they couldn't get out of Infinite Frilled Mystics. It draws a lot of cards, it does a lot of sweet things, it cycles a bunch, launch Escape Protocol this week. So I think overall, I really like this as a budget build of Escape Protocol lock, and I'm definitely excited to try a non-budget build where we can probably easily solve some of the deck's problems, with the drawback being it's going to get much more expensive simply because of the lands. Like, the cards that I want to add to the deck are not expensive themselves, but we're going to need, like, shock lands and triumphs to cast those cards. So that's where it ups the price of the deck a lot. So I think this is a really sweet budget deck. If you like locking people out of the game, this is a good way to make them miserable. Just be warned, those evasive aggro matchups do get pretty tough, but I think they can be fixed in non-budget form. So anyway, that's Escape Protocol lock. That's our budget magic for this week. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed it, and I will talk to you soon.
Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, help us out by clicking that like button down below. And to keep up on all the latest and greatest, click that subscribe button. And don't forget to hit that bell icon to get alerts whenever we have new videos. And if you want to, check out some of our other sweet videos here and here.